What is the biggest reason the Lakers won?
They fought. Skip, we've seen this team before have big leads. I mean, Skip, they had a 15-point lead in the first half, and the Grizz were racing, get it all the way down to 2. And it was like with 2 minutes left in the half, they had a 15-point lead. They have a 15-point lead with the ball. Jared Vanderbilt somehow loses possession. The ball goes out of bounds. And the next thing you know, it's a 14-1, 14-0 run. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game.
At halftime.
At halftime.
Yep.
They come out in the third, and all of a sudden, they fight. And then Ja dunks the ball, and they're up 2 going into the fourth quarter. And these are the times that we've seen the Lakers like, okay, we had them, they fighting, and they just give up.
Yep.
But they fought down 7 late in the ball game.
Yep.
D'Angelo Russell, who's played, basically, he gets going in the third quarter with some floaters, gets his confidence back, and he goes on a 9-0 run by himself, gives the Lakers a 2-point lead. And the Grizz like, nope, we're not going away, we're not going away. But the Lakers said, neither are we. That crowd was incredible last night. And they just kept fighting. And the Grizzlies got to be really disappointed, Skip. They lost the game in which Anthony Davis had 8 points through 4 quarters of play, 8.7 rebounds, and you lose a game.
Yep.
You got to win that game. And then they get the game to overtime. But you know how we got to overtime, right?
You got that.
What we do? You say put the ball in. I say put the ball in the goal hand. And when they put that high pick and he came and got that ball, I just sit there right there.
Yep.
I ain't even worried about nothing. I know what he's gonna do. I know what he's gonna do.
You thought he was gonna pass it?
No.
Yeah.
This is his moment.
No.
This is his moment. That's his time to shine. Head down.
Yep.
Boop. Skip, did you know this? LeBron James is 7-12 on game-tying winning field goal attempts with 0.1 seconds left in the playoff. No one else has more than 2, and LeBron is the only one who shoots over 50% in such situations. But hold on. But what about this notion he ain't clutch?
Do you know that nobody since LeBron James entered the league has missed more late and close shots in games, and it ain't even close than LeBron James has?
Do you realize, Skip, that since he entered the league, he's the only one still in the league?
Yeah.
So you know what? That number's the number that you just talked about is going to continue to increase because he's the only one player since 2003. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Most of the guys that play, ain't none of them can do what he did. Skip, our 2020, first 2020 Laker since Shaq in 04. Ain't no 38. You know what? He's the oldest player. Wilt in 1973 had 20, but he was 36. LeBron James is 2 years older than Wilt with a 2020 game. And what's so amazing about this, he's never in his life, he's had a 19 rebound game. Had that against the Celtics right before he left, 27-19, I think 10. The last year he was with Cleveland. He's never had a 20-20 rebound game in almost 20 rebound game in almost 1,700 games. He said, but tonight, you see what I did, Skip Bayless? He said, you need me to score. You don't need but 22? I give you 22. How many rebounds you need? You need 20 rebounds? I give you that.
Really?
You need some block shots? I give you that. No. Not in the house of the GOAT. Go ahead, come on with it.
Help me out here.
I'm trying to help you. That's what I'm here for.
I have asked you this 1,000 times on this show. How can a guy who's 6'9", 260 pounds, who can jump through the roof, how can he average for his career only 7.5 rebounds? I don't get it. Because that's counting all those young LeBron years when he'd always be 7, 8 rebounds, 6, 7, 8 rebounds. 7.5 is his average for his whole career. And I've asked you a million times. Well, I don't get why he shouldn't get 15 rebounds, 20 rebounds.
Yeah, this is not the days when Elgin Baylor and Walt Bellamy and all those guys that were 6'8", 6'9", ain't got that many rebounds. The guys are more skilled now, so the rebounds are not there. That's the reason why you're not going to see anybody average 15, 16, 17 rebounds a game when that was commonplace. Wilt had a season when he averaged 27 rebounds a game. He averaged 25. He averaged 23 for a career. So how many myths must somebody have in a game if one player can average 23 rebounds?
Thank you for getting me there. Would you believe that last night Memphis shot the ball 106 times?
Yes.
Would you believe they made only 42 of 106? Would you believe that's under 40% from the floor? That's 39.6%.
Yeah.
That means look at how many missed shots there were.
Yeah.
What's your math on that? That'd be 58. That would be 64 missed shots.
Yeah.
64 times.
Why that is?
Wait a second. The Grizz shot enough bricks to build another Graceland.
Hey,
they should go home with all those bricks and build Graceland.
Well, as long as
I've never seen anything like it before.
As long as they got Dillon Brooks over there,
Okay.
a brick mason, they're going to
He's
continue
a brick mason. He should be in the Mason, the Masonic Lodge.
But you ain't going to say nothing about that defense we put on?
Well, you did, but I'm going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
They were 9 of 42 from 3.
Yeah.
That is 21.4%.
Yeah.
My point to you is, yes, LeBron is 6 feet 9 inches tall. He was being guarded by an Xavier Tillman who's 6 foot 7 inches tall. Yeah. So to me, yeah, am I shocked that LeBron got 20 rebounds when they shot that many bricks? No, I'm not.
Right.
In fact, he should have gotten 20 rebounds in a game like this last night. Okay. Before I get to the last shot of regulation, which was great, I loved it. I applaud him. I'm going to get to it in a second. Don't tell me that LeBron doesn't have enough help on this team, because this team can give him a whole lot of help from a lot of weird, different places. It does. And to your point, just when I thought you were cooked by the Grizzlies, just when I looked up and I said, wait a second, they can't buy a basket, and you're down 7 with 5 minutes left in your house with that great crowd that you were a part of. I'm saying, how could that be? I'm having a hard time getting it to go into my head. How is this happening? And what happens right on schedule? A guy that you've been hard on here on the show. That is D'Angelo Russell, because he'll come and he'll go, he'll come and he'll go. And yet I always tell you, he can flat out score the basketball. He's got skills. And when you least expect it, he can catch a little wave. And he caught a little heat wave. And all of a sudden, if we could see it, you want to talk about game save? You want to talk about series saving? He goes boom, boom, and boom. He goes 3 triples in a row where you said, well, I got this. That was pretty good. I hadn't seen one of those in about 15 minutes of the game. And all of a sudden, he makes that one, and then he makes a step back and blasts that one home. And then here he goes again. These are 9 straight points by D'Angelo Russell, who's out of his mind at that point. And all of a sudden, you go from down 7 to up 2. Well, now you're good to go. Now at least you got a shot, right?
Yes.
Okay, now, unsung hero of the night. And I've said this, I first guessed this going into the whole series. Do you realize what Dennis Schroeder was doing to Ja Morant in the fourth quarter in overtime? He got all over him. And I told you, Dennis Schroeder is lightning, quicksilver quick. And he will get up, he will fight you, he will scratch you, he will claw you. Ja was having a little trouble with his hand, and I don't know how much it was hurt. I have no idea. But it seemed to be bothering him. But would you believe that a man who scored 24 in the fourth quarter of Game 3 in that same building, just the game before, 24, in the fourth quarter last night, he goes 0 of 4 and with 1 assist and scores 1 point. In overtime last night, he goes 1 of 4, misses his only 3, has no assists in overtime, and scores 2 points. So that's a grand total of, he goes 1 of 8 in the fourth quarter and overtime, and he misses both of his threes. He has a single assist, and he scores 3 total points. That is huge.
Oh, Dennis was picking him up 94 feet.
He was.
He was picking him up 94 feet. I'm talking about Skip. He was hounding him.
He was bothering him. Okay, it was huge to the game, because I'm just saying, I know his hand is bothering him, but the same guy with the same hand scored 24.
He dropped 45.
45 in the game, and I'm saying, man, and LeBron took a couple of charges.
You saw that, right?
Sensational.
You see that, right?
Okay, now you're 6'9", and he's 6'9".
Now you talking about 9 feet. Skip,
but
why you do that?
Have to stand there and take it. He took it in the one high flyer act. I thought LeBron got kicked in the face on the way down. I think he took a shot to the face from a sneaker that was so high. His foot is even with your face. That's how. That was like a dunk contest dunk that he didn't finish, obviously. Okay, so you had D'Lo and you had Dennis Schroeder. That's why I like your team, because you can do those things on cue when you need to do them. And we'll get to Anthony Davis, but he did do some little big things in the fourth quarter and overtime. They were he made 3 of his last 5. They were little shots. They were little putbacks, little tip-ins, but they were fairly important to what happened, to the outcome.
But Skip, that's why I said, D'Lo did the 9 points, the 9-0 run by himself in the fourth. He got 6 points in the third quarter with those floaters when seemingly the game was starting to slip away from the Lakers also. Man, Austin Reeves is ultra aggressive. He will fight to the end.
He will.
Rui Hachimura coming in there, and he's battling. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but
No.
Skip, he's challenging people at the rim. He's rebounding the basketball. I can live with that.
Okay, and by the way, those two are not afraid of anybody.
No.
Because Austin Reeves was the one who kept attacking the glass,
Right.
and he shot 7 of 8 free throws. And once again, the team that leads the league and now the playoffs in free throw shooting, that they had 31 more last night, made 25.
Right.
I know LeBron missed a couple and AD missed a couple late, but still, you're getting to the free throw line, and the initiator is Austin Reeves.
Yes.
Okay, now let's get to the final sequences. There are 2 of them at the end of the game. First one comes a little earlier. It's 10.8 seconds left. This is the one where LeBron drives it, and I thought he was going to go ahead and power through and up and try to get to the free throw line. Instead, he does the right basketball play. He kicks it to Hachimura flying down the lane, but Hachimura's going right into the teeth of the defense.
He didn't see, because you watched Jaren Jackson. He didn't see Jaren Jackson. He's looking at Tim. He's like, oh, I got you, Tim.
Okay.
And Jaren Jackson said, no, you don't.
That got double blocked. That got it from both sides. So that's another one where I'm like, come on, LeBron. Nobody can stop you from the rim. Just go ahead and power it up. And if you have to go shoot the free throws, go shoot the free throws. But fortunately for you, you got a reprieve. He got a reprieve. He had one last-second chance, and he drove the basketball. Xavier Tillman guarded him most of the night. He's a third-year kid out of Michigan State, a second-round pick. He hasn't played a whole lot of basketball. So Desmond Bain was on him after the game about you cannot let LeBron get to his right hand. I'm not sure I believe in that book.
Right.
Because, listen, LeBron's ambidextrous. Right. So I see him drive it just as well left-handed. So I'm not sure I'm going to dock him for you let him get to his dominant hand.
Right.
I don't think he has a dominant hand. That's just me.
And the thing is, for Michigan State, Skip, what do we know about guys from Michigan State? All of them can play defense.
Yep. Okay.
Draymond, Tillman, Mateen. If you go back and look at Mateen Cleave, the one thing that if you're a Tom Izzo guy,
They are taught.
You play D.
Taught from the start. You do or you don't play.
Thank you.
Okay. So he gets a step on him to the right, and then Desmond Bain was critical of both his helpers down low that he thought somebody, especially Triple J, should have come over.
He did.
He almost got there. He almost got there. LeBron had to go way up high off the glass.
He went above the square.
I agree. Okay, if I'm Xavier Tillman and I'm asking a whole lot, the book on LeBron would be you should just go, if he's got you, and this is, you got to process quickly, the best play would have been just to tackle him.
Right.
Just make him go shoot the free throws, because now you got to make both free throws to get you to over. That's the play of the night.
Right.
Instead, he played him straight up. He played him even, Steven, all is fair kind of defense.
But then you worried about him powering through you like
okay, if you get an and one, then you're done. Then
you're like, what?
Okay, fair enough. I'm talking about you'd have to tackle.
You talk about,
you would have to wrap him up, say, you got me. I'm just good. That would be a high IQ basketball play. Easy for me to say sitting right here.
Look how high.
He went up soft. And LeBron doesn't usually have that kind of touch off the glass. That was a trick shot.
Yes.
That was something that you have to improvise on the fly, because at the last second, you got to go high soft.
He's explaining it to you. There's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Okay.
He said that might have been a tier 4.
Okay, well, it might have been. I give you that. What have I pounded the desk over here for him to do? Just drive the basketball. My fear was, I thought he might just pull up and take another three
to win
the game.
No, we don't do that.
Okay, well, you've done it many times
We
before.
have, but I tell you what else we've done. Hit game 7 or 12 on game tying or winning field goal attempt with 0.1 second left.
He's good with those layups.
Yeah.
Like
Whoa. Do they count?
Yes, they do.
Okay, I was
Yes,
just
they
checking.
do. Okay. Here's the issue with LeBron going forward. In the last 3 games, he is now 2 of 19 from the three-point line. 2 of 19. It's 10%. Am I right? 10.5%. I'll give you 11. Okay, so I'll round up to 11%.
You got scared. That way.
2 of 19.
You could have had you another case to do what you
but I told you I didn't want to bet against a team that I do like, a team that I do believe is going to close out Memphis, although the odds makers still don't agree with me, because Memphis is still a 4-point favorite in Game 5 back home, and I don't get it, because that team looked shot in the heart last night. That team looked flat and dead. And that team, by the way, Ja and your friend Dillon Brooks, they didn't even show for their media last night.
Whoa, hold up.
They talk. As long as they can chest beat. Yep.
Where they go?
Yep.
So what happened to the old guy?
I don't know.
Old guy. He old. He ain't what he once was, but he got 20 rebounds on y'all.
I know.
Oh, Ja, let me ask you a question. Are you worried, concerned about anybody in the West? Are you still unconcerned?
That's a good point. Thank you for bringing that back up. I had forgotten about that. Dillon Brooks in the fourth quarter played 8 minutes and 40 seconds. He took no shots and scored no points.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know he was out there.
That's what gave him a chance to win in the fourth, because he didn't take any shots. Because he ain't doing nothing but bricking. He doing nothing but bricking. All that chirping.
Bricking and yapping.
Exactly.
Yep.
But he was really quiet yesterday. Skip, remember, I think when that was the third quarter, he hit a 3.
He did.
And he was as surprised as anybody in the building.
I would agree.
Skip,
I was surprised.
It's like a child. A child does something, they go party. Good girl, good boy. And he's like,
true.
I did that.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. He hit a 3, and he's like, yeah, I did that.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
But that was the only thing that you did that night.
Yeah. Okay. We got to fix this three-point shooting, because this won't. If this lasts through, it's going to be the death of them. He's got to make some threes or just stop shooting threes.
He ain't gonna make no threes. He's not a good, Skip. He's not a good shooter.
Not.
Begging him to shoot the ball.
Okay. He always says, I need to keep them some honest. You know, I got to make some, but you got to make some, because 2 of 19, that means 17 of the last 19 times he's tried a 3, he's missed the 3. And then, by the way, there's that one at the start of the second quarter. And I'm like, LeBron, what are you doing? If we could see that quickly. I said, I tweeted, Lord have mercy, LeBron, because it hit nothing but backboard. Do you remember this one?
Oh, yeah.
Like he says, well, I got this. He'd already made one. I think he made his first one. And he said, well, I got this. And it's so wide left.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's nothing but glass, okay? And I said, are you going to break the backboard? And then by the fourth quarter, the guy who was about to break the backboard was John Morant, because every time he drove it, he would try some leaning floater, and he would shoot it so hard, it wouldn't even touch the rim. It would just ricochet back off the glass. And I'm saying, you're going to break the fiberglass, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, is it going to be an Achilles heel or heel for you going forward? I don't know, but the big picture is you got them down 3 games to 1.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll finish them in Memphis? Because if you don't, the pressure, it'll be just like the Bucks-Miami series.
Right.
The pressure will come all back on you to come home, because then it's like, we got to do this at home in Game 6, or you have to go back for a Game 7.
Well, what we know, 50% of the games, Anthony Davis has been a monster.
He has.
So he's due.
I
Game
agree.
1, not so much game 2.
I
Game
agree.
3, not so much game 4. So he's due for a 30, 15-plus rebound game.
Yeah, I agree. But I still look at the box score. Would you rather have him than not have him?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, sure, because
He got dinged early, Skip. He's playing with a hip.
I don't know what he's doing.
He got a hip.
He goes down every other play, and I think, are you in trouble? Are you really hurt? Or and then he either toughs it up, or
he took a knee early on a layup.
Yeah,
that caught him, and he looks like he has a hip pointer or something.
He could, but you know what? I still look at this, and he only scored 12 points because he was 4 of 13. But Shannon, he got you 11 boards. He stole the ball twice, which tied for your team high with Schroeder. And he had 4 blocks, and I don't love the 4 turnovers, but he had 4 blocks.
Yeah.
So if you tell me he got 11 rebounds and 4 blocks, it's like, okay, I'll take that. Is that monster? No, it's not monster. Is he capable? Yes, he's capable. So you're going to need Anthony Davis to go in there and outplay Triple J and Xavier Tillman.
Yeah.
Because they don't have Brandon Clark and they don't have Stephen.
No, as long as we don't make Xavier Tillman, an all-NBA player.
Which you did once.
Yeah, game 2, he was 22 and 13.
Yeah. It felt like the Grizzlies or the Fizzlies. It felt like they were done last night.
But this is embarrassing. The NBA needs to come down hard, because that's twice Dillon Brooks didn't talk. Now all of a sudden, guys that had so much to talk about.
Yeah, the biggest talker in the league has now twice no-showed on the
What about it? And what about all these talkers talking so much? As a matter of fact, Skip, when you go down there, we sit in courtside, you go in, you get your wristband, you get checked in.
Yeah.
As I was walking in, T. Morant was walking out. He had his game face. Ja's father.
Yes.
He had his game face on. I had mine too.
Okay, good. Walking out.
Yeah, he was walking out of where we get the wristband to let you know you go courtside.
Where was he going, to the locker room?
No, he was going courtside because he saw the cross.
Oh, you mean this is before the game?
Before the game.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, before the game.
You meant after the game.
No, before the game.
All right.
He had his game face on.
And
I had mine too.
That was it?
That was it.
No talk?
He didn't want no talk. It wasn't nothing to talk about.
Okay. Well, you got him this time.
I got a lad tied too. I got a lad tied too.
Okay, you did.
I threw it out. They know when I come in there, hey, good thing gonna happen. Especially when we playing that team. If Skip, you know what, Skip? They were looking. Everybody, you just Skip, you try to look at somebody, you did all of a sudden you turn your head real quick. Yeah. Every last one of them. Yeah. I see them looking. My stylist Hollywood, like, okay, Shannon, you see such and such. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, okay.
I see everything.
So maybe you should spring for a little private flight to Game 5, and you could be back for the show.
No, I ain't fooling with Memphis. I ain't fooling with Memphis.
No?
No. I'm saving.
You might hear a little trash talk yourself.
Nah, they go. I don't got no problem with trash talk, but they go overboard. Some of these fans, they go overboard and want to take it to a place that it doesn't need to go. So I'm gonna stay here. When we come back home, we gonna come and get ready. We get ready for the next opponent. I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Yep. All right.
I loved how the officials let them play last night, guys. It was fun to watch.
That was okay.
And speaking of shows, how about Jimmy Butler, gentlemen?
Man.
You think he just had the best playoff game ever? Plus, Aaron Rodgers. Is this trade going to pay off for the Jets? Prediction time in the NFL world, guys. That's next when Undisputed returns. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.